Orly, I want to say thank you for having me be part of Life Vest Inside Dance for Kindness event. I want to say hello to all the people worldwide who are watching this, and I want to wish you a happy week of kindness. My name is Joe Beckman. I am a speaker. I speak in school communities all across the United States. I speak to students, I speak to teachers, I speak to parents. I'll speak to anybody who will listen to messages about kindness and empathy and human connection. I have a very cool story that I want to share with you guys today, but before I get into that story, I wanted to play a quick little song. This is a song called I Love Your Face, and the reason it's called I Love Your Face is because that phrase is the phrase I use everywhere I go. Whenever I start off any of my talks, I have the students turn to each other, give themselves a high five, and say that phrase, I love your face. In fact, I say we practice right now. I want you to turn to somebody, and even if you are not around another human being, I just want you to put your hand towards the screen and say, I love your face as loud as you can on the count of 3. If everybody does it, no one's gonna look silly. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. I love your face. Just kidding. I think we all just looked a little silly there. My bad. But this song, or this phrase has become so popular that a student wrote a song about it and he shared it with me. I wrote some guitar chords to it, and so I wanted to share it with you. This is called I Love Your Face. I love your face tomorrow. I love your face today. I love your face any day, every day, anyway. I love your face, I love your face. If your face was in a race, it'd be in first place. I love your eyes, I love your eyes. Your eyes are better than French fries. I love your chin, I love your chin. Deep within that smooth chin lives Jackie Chan. I love your ears, I love your ears. Your ears, I could stare at them for years. I love your mouth, I love that mouth. Your teeth, they shine so bright, you can see them way down south. I love your face tomorrow, I love your face today. I love your face any day, every day, anyway. All right. Well, I love your face. Orly, I love your face. Life Fest Inside, I love all of your faces, and I cannot wait to share this message with you. I don't know if any of you are like me, but if you are, you like sports. You see, ever since I was little, it was always football in the fall, basketball in the winter, or baseball in the spring and summer. It's what my older brother did, my sister played, my dad coached, my mom supported. We were all in on sports. And when I was in 5th grade, I remember I felt like I was at like the peak of my career. Every single day, we would go outside at recess for school. And every day we would get together, the guys, the girls, we would get together and we would pick teams for football. And every day I was the captain. Every day I would pick out the teams. Every day I was the quarterback. And every day there was a kid who would get picked last. His name was Chris. And Chris was not a very good football player. In fact, sports in general really weren't Chris's thing. So whenever we were picking teams, whether it was, on the field at school or after school on the basketball court, or, even sometimes in class when we would need to partner up with other students, Chris was the kid who was like always picked last. Some days he wasn't even picked at all. And I remember one day specifically where Chris was on my team. And the reason I remember it is because it was one of those games where it came down to the very final play. We were at like the 50-yard line. We were down by 4 points. We had 10 seconds left. We needed the Hail Mary. We needed a miracle, right? And I'm the quarterback. And I walk up to the line and I call out the play. I'm like, blue 22, red 16, hut, hut. And I look for my 2 best receivers, and they are flying down the side of the field, and I'm watching them go deep, and I'm about to throw them the Hail Mary pass when at the very last second, I see they're completely covered. And the rush is running right at me, so I'm juking left, I'm spinning right, and way downfield, out of the corner of my eye, I see and I hear this. Joe, throw it to me, I'm wide open. Guess who it is? Chris Johnson, right? And of course, dude is wide open. If I throw it to Chris and he catches it, it would mean a big gain. And I see him out there by himself, and I think to myself, don't throw it to Chris, he's gonna drop it. Look for somebody else, which is exactly what I did. I look for my next two best receivers who are flying down the middle of the field. I'm watching them go deep. I'm about to throw them the Hail Mary pass when they too, at the last second, are completely covered, and the rush is even closer in my face now. So I'm spinning, juking, Chuck Norris ninja style, getting out of the way, when again, way downfield, I see and I hear Chris. Now Chris is in the end zone, yelling my name, "Joe, throw it to me." I got 2 seconds to make a decision because the rush is running right at me. And I look at Chris, and Chris looks at me, and this is what I decide to do. No, and I throw it in the opposite corner of where Chris was. My friend Pete, out of nowhere, runs, jumps, makes an amazing catch, comes down both feet in bounds. It was a miracle. We won the game. And I'm freaking out, right? Pete, that was the best catch ever. Pete's like, "No, Joe, that was the best throw ever." Everybody on our team is going crazy. Everybody super pumped. Everybody except Chris. I look over, and Chris he's not celebrating with the rest of us. In fact, he's just standing in that same spot in the end zone staring at us until finally I see him do this. And he walks inside, and I look at my buddies and I'm like, what's his problem? He was on the winning team. Chris, dude, you won. Whatever, man. Whatever. And we walked back into school, and I didn't think twice about it, man. I was just excited, right? 5th grade Joe, I'm telling everybody. I'm telling teachers. I'm telling other students. I get on the bus. I'm telling the bus driver. He's like, "You're kind of annoying. Sit down," right? Finally, I get home, and the first person I see is my older brother, Matt. Now, Matt, 7th grade, very tall. Joe, 5th grade, very small. And every day I would say to my 7th grade brother, "You are big." "Me? Not so big." "Could I play football with you and your friends?" And he would always look at me and say, "You're annoying, go away." But that day, I think I inspired his 7th grade heart, because I looked into his 7th grade eyes and I said, "Can I play football with you and your friends today?" And he looked at me and he said, "You're still annoying, but you can play." Awesome. We get to the field, and it's just like we're at school, except for the fact that, I wasn't one of the captains picking out the teams, but that made sense because the 7th graders were the captains, and they picked out the teams, and they started picking out all the teams, and they did it just like we did it at school, except for the fact that I got picked last. And I remember going out for a bunch of passes that game, and no one's throwing me the ball. No one's even looking in my direction. And until finally, near the end of the game, I'm standing wide open in the end zone going, "Yo, dude, throw it to me. I'm wide open." 7th grade quarterback finally sees me. He finally notices me. He's got 2 seconds to make a decision. He looks at me, and I look at him, and he says, "Nah," and he throws it in the opposite corner. And I walked straight home from that end zone. I didn't wait for my brother. I didn't wait for his friends. I was angry. I was frustrated. I thought, not even once. I never want to play football with those guys again. Wait a second. And all of a sudden it made sense. I went, wait a second. If this is how I'm feeling after one game of this, how does Chris feel every single day? I mean, every single day we leave this kid out. Every single day he gets picked last. Every single day you're the one who's doing it. And in that moment, on the sidewalk in between the park and my house, I had to make a choice. Was I going to go back to school the next day and continue doing things the way I had always been doing them, or was I going to make a different choice? And I guess before I tell you the choice I made, I just want to sort of break down what the point of this talk is, even in the first place. You see, I believe all of us, I don't care who you are, where you come from, how old you are, young you are, boy, girl, anywhere where you're this walk of life, like all of us have moments like I did that day on the sidewalk, right? Where we know the good and the right thing to do, and yet we question whether or not we're going to do it. Whether you're at school and a kid trips in front of you with all their lunch, like right all over the floor, and everybody starts laughing at them. You would hate it if that was you, but instead of doing something, you just kind of go along with it. Or maybe there's a buddy that says, hey dude, let me cheat off your test. Just this one time, no one's gonna find out. And you have to make a choice. Or you're about to post that picture online, the one that might get you a few more likes, but also might ruin your reputation for the next few years. And you have to make a choice. And it's these choices every single day that all of us make that add up. And what they add up to is a word. A word that starts with the letter L and ends with legacy. Put it together, what do you get? Legacy. Legacy, what will you be remembered for? How will your impact be remembered by others? I meet a lot of students, a lot of humans, to be honest, that say, you know what, I want to be remembered for being a good guy or a good gal or a hard worker or an awesome friend. And I say, fantastic, that is awesome, except for the fact that we're not remembered for what we want to be remembered for. We're remembered for our choices. The choices that we make when everybody's watching, and maybe most importantly, the choices that we make when nobody's watching. And in that moment on the sidewalk, I had to make that choice. Was I gonna go back to school the next day and continue doing things the way I'd always done them, or was I gonna make a different choice? And the next day, I'm the quarterback of our football team again. And I'm in that moment where my buddy Jim Flaherty looks at me and says, Joe, you're up, first pick. Who do you choose? And I said, who do I choose? Yeah, who do you choose? And I look, and I say, I pick Chris. And my friends looked at me like I was crazy. I said, don't worry about it. He's on my team today. And instead of not throwing Chris the ball, I threw it to him twice. First time he dropped it. Second time he caught it. But, you know, that didn't matter. What really matters was for the first time, I could remember Chris walked back into our school with a smile on his face, with a little bit of confidence in his step. And all I had to do in order to help make that happen, not pick him last, throw him the ball just a few times. You see, so often we get this notion in our head that in order to be a difference maker, in order to change somebody's life, we have to do these big, big sweeping things. But I assure you, being a difference maker is not about changing the world. It's about changing one person's day. And all of us have hundreds of opportunities every single day to be that difference maker, to be that light in their life, whether it's a smile, a high five. I guess we probably can't do that as much anymore, right? But some sort of greeting. Maybe it's a connection. Maybe it's a note that you write a teacher that tells them like what an awesome job they're doing. Maybe you go above and beyond to help your parents without them even asking. These little moments of kindness and compassion, man, they go further so often than our eyes can ever see. And I don't know if you're like me, but if you just look at the news or scroll through a social media feed, you will see that our world needs more difference makers. They need more people to step up and use their words and actions to increase positivity and love and connection in this world. And so that's my challenge to all of you, to go just a little bit further every single day, to share a smile or share your joy or to use your light to somehow, in some way, improve our world or improve somebody's life. In fact, that's how we're going to end today. We're going to end with a song. I call it This Little Light of Mine. I actually don't call it that. That's the name of the song, This Little Light of Mine. And if you know it, I would love for you to sing it. I got a pick right here. I got two of my boys right here. Do you guys want to come in and sing the song with me? They want to come in. So my little boys are going to come in here. I have a 4th grader and a 2nd grader. Their names are Finn and Jonah. Come on in, guys. They've been sitting here patiently watching the whole time. I don't know if you've been able to. You guys want to step on here? Stand on here, you guys, and see if you can get on there. So we're going to sing this together. This is Finn. He's in 4th grade. This is Joan Bones. He's in 2nd grade. You guys want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay, this is going all over the world. Say hi, everybody.
Hi.
Say Happy Kindness Week.
Happy Kindness Week.
Say hi, Orly.
Hi, Oldly.
Yeah, say hi, Team Life Vest Inside.
Hi, Team Life Inside.
All right, let's do this. This little light of mine, look right here. 1, 2, 3. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Won't let haters blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I won't let haters blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. I won't let haters blow it out. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light, here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Oh, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Let it shine one more time. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. One more time. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Yeah! You guys are awesome. Let's tell them we love their face on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We love your face. Bye, guys. Take care.